Mama.
Milo,
Hi.
stay. Okay, we'll peel away here. Loba,
girl.
Loba, come. Loba, come. Come on, come on, come on. Good girl, good
Stay,
girl.
Milo. Milo,
Good.
stay.
So,
Stay.
a little bit of hesitation there. So you hear me kind of encouraging her. Once I can see that she's slightly started to make the decision to come to me, I'm going to go ahead and encourage her. So I can start to build that effort, right? I want to build effort here. Loba, Loba, come. Loba, come. Yes, good girl. Come on, good girl. Yes. So really trying to use her name also, right? Because we've been working her name, and if your dog responds to their name, you're halfway there. You're halfway there, because really what you're trying to do is grab your dog's attention when you're asking them to come to you. Okay, and again, once we teach them their name really means come, then again, that's half the battle, them just paying attention and be like, oh, you're calling my name. I know that means to come to you. Loba, come. Loba, come. Come on, come on, come on.
Milo, down. Stay.
Girl. Good girl. Okay.
Stay, boy.
Okay. So her response isn't as quick as Milo, but that's okay. We're gonna keep building it. Loba, come. Loba, come. Come on. All right, so sit. Okay, so that one I'm not gonna give her the treat because I had to guide her with the leash, right? So I said, Loba, come, Loba, come. She didn't come, so I guided her with the leash. Okay, so we're looking for decision making here. So we're trying to reward for decision making. If I have to use the leash because she made the incorrect decision to come, I'm not going to reward that one. So let's see what happens here. Loba, come. Loba, come. There it is. Good girl. And actually a little bit more effort there, right? That was really good. So she came on the second call.
Hi, Loba.
And I rewarded her. So let's see, you know, that rep right there where she got rewarded paired with the previous rep where we followed through and she didn't get rewarded should build her understanding and her effort here. Loba, come. Loba, come. Yes, that's a good girl. Sit. Yes, good. Because she needs to understand, okay, what happens when she makes either decision, right? If she makes a decision not to come, well, we're going to guide her over anyways, right? And then no reward. So she still had to complete the task, but did not get rewarded. Then, when we showed her when she does complete the task, she gets rewarded. Now she can make a better decision and actually say, well, which would I rather do? I'd rather just go when I'm called because then I'm going to get rewarded, right? I'm going to have to go either way.
Right.
But if I go whenever I'm called, I'm going to get rewarded. Loba, come. Loba, come. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, so there was another one said. We're gonna go ahead and reward that one anyways. Okay, because she did start to break away. And again, we're trying to obviously build on top of our previous rep there. So even though that was really like a C, she gave us a C plus there, right? She started to come, she made a decision to leave, but I really had to coax her over. I'm gonna go ahead and reward that one right now while we're building in hopes that she makes a better attempt this next time, okay? And if she doesn't, well then we know that, hey, you know, she kind of, she's gonna, take advantage a little bit, right? Loba, come. Loba, come. Come on, come on, come on. Good
Down.
girl. Sit.
Stay, Milo.
Girl, yes. Okay. So we'll be Milo, stay. We'll be starting to, cut this deadline a little shorter and shorter in terms of how fast she has to come. Loba, come. Loba, come. Yes, good girl.
Stay.
Sit. Good
Stay,
girl. Yes. Good girl. Okay. Good girl. Okay. Milo, stay. So again, we're being very clear with telling Milo to stay while it's Loba come and reminding them, Loba, come. Loba, come on, come on, come on. Good. Sit. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Okay. So I think it's, you can hear my
Stay.
tone. Again, I'm doing some encouraging when I
Stay.
see that she's at least making a slight effort. And I think that this is something important to remember, you know, when you're trying to call your dogs back to you or away from something, to try to always have that tone. Sometimes you'll get into this frustration where you're like, come here, come here, come here. You start yelling and whatnot. And, you know, the dog's not like, oh, it's a game. So I'm not saying that come should be a game, but if you can sort of gamify it, and then you can rely on that understanding when you really need it. Loba, come. Loba, come. Yes, good girl. Sit. But this is a game,
Down.
right? This is a game. We're building it as a game here in terms of, okay, teaching her rules to the game
Stay, boy.
and
Stay,
how
boy.
she can win the game, right? We're also teaching her how she loses the game, right? She loses the game when she doesn't come, when called with a deadline, but she can win the game if she comes when called by the deadline. So it's a good challenge for the dog. Loba, come. Loba, come. Yeah, good girl.
Boy.
Sit. Good girl.
Stay, Milo.
Good girl.
Stay, Milo.
Okay, good girl.
Stay.
Let me send her back.
Milo's having a little bit of trouble.
Yep, Milo's having some trouble here, so we're gonna
Stay,
keep
boy.
reminding him to stay.
Stay.
Right. So again, anytime you have two dogs, they're always each other's greatest distraction, right? Again, you call one, they both want to go. So we're really, you know, deepening both of their understandings here.
Right.
Loba, come. Loba, come. Yes. Good. Sit. Good. Good girl. Okay. Good girl. Loba.
Stay, boy.
Loba, come. Loba,
Stay, Milo.
come. Okay, so no. Nope. 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 So she didn't do it. Sit. Okay. So she didn't do it.
Down.
So here we can see that
Stay.
our 2 weeks worth of work here with her and her understanding the leash, I'm able to simply just give her a leash reminder and she came right to me. So that's super important when you're trying to teach your dog to come to you. If you have to get them to come to you somehow. That's gonna like almost solve your problem, is that you're most likely asking your dog to come to you and you have no way to get them to come to you. That's your first part. The dog needs to know, well, you have a way to get me to go. Then again, we can now sort of gamify it and then start to teach them how to make a better decision in terms of when they do go to you on their own, they're gonna get rewarded. Okay, if you have no way to get your dog to go to you, your dog knows that. They're like, well, you can't get me to do it. And then eventually you're gonna chase me around. And so it becomes a game in the dog's favor. It becomes a game in the dog's favor. Loba, come. Loba, come. Good girl. There it is, right? So last one, she didn't do it. This one, she did it. Good girl. Good girl. So let's get right here. Loba, come. Loba, come. Yeah, good girl.
Stay,
Yes,
boy.
good girl. Okay. Oh, I stepped on the leash there.
Stay.
So put one hand on the leash. Loba, come. Loba, come. Okay, so no. So she's smelling the treat bag there. Sit. Okay.
Boy.
No food. No reward.
Stay, Milo.
No reward. Loba, come. Loba, come. Good girl. Sit. So she did it that one. So we will
boy,
reward.
Milo.
Okay. Good
Boy, Milo.
girl. Good. So remember, it's always about
Stay.
patterns, right? You're trying to build a pattern of in your dog's understanding. Okay, so obviously we're being very precise with, again, very black and white. If she does it correctly, she gets rewarded. If she doesn't do it correctly, we still guide her over, no reward. So we're building the pattern of
Stay, Milo.
the correct response versus the incorrect response. Loba, come. Loba, come. Okay, so that seems to be much more challenging. No food. Okay. Nope. Much more challenging there when you're reaching into the bag That's really catching her attention. So let's see if we can challenge her that way. She's failed every time that's happened. So don't give it to her there, just reach in the bag. Okay, so I didn't call her, and
Yeah.
again, this is, your dog ends up picking up patterns, right? Okay, right? They pick up patterns. So that's not, we're not gonna reward there. Don't reward there because we didn't call her. That's just her anticipation, right? So it's like, to me, it's still a fail.
Right.
Okay, it's a fail.
What's
That's
your
the same
brother?
thing as her essentially not coming because she anticipated and said, well, so far you've been asking me to come. And she also wasn't getting any food there also. So of course she's gonna try to be like, well, I'll go to you because you're gonna give me the food now. Well, again, anticipation, right? Loba, come, Loba, come. Yeah, that's it. Good girl, good girl. Yes, okay.
Boy,
Good
stay
girl.
Milo. Stay Milo. Good boy.
Loba, come. Loba, come. Good girl. Good girl. Sit. Yes. Okay. Okay. So obviously, again, we're trying to get her to listen to our verbal command here, right? So be very aware of not really even putting any pressure on the leash here as you're giving her her 2 attempts, okay? Because I don't want the leash to be grabbing her attention. I want her to be listening for me. So the whole idea here is, Loba, you can get distracted and you can even be eating food and getting attention, but you have to keep an ear out for me, okay? Loba, come. Loba, come. Okay, so a reminder, she's gonna come. She's gonna sit and no reward. We'll send her back, okay?
Good boy.
Good.
Good boy.
So same idea sort of as I was a kid. My mom let me go out and play, but if she called me, I had to go inside, right? And that was the only way that I was able to go outside and play on my own was, well, if I call you, you have to come in, right? So if my mom were to call and I wouldn't come in, well, she's probably not gonna let me go outside and play the next time. It's obviously contingent on, freedom is contingent on listening. So I'm giving her the freedom of being away from me right now, but it's gonna be contingent on her listening. Loba, come. Loba, come. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. So, okay, so this is our first time getting these reps in here. We've been working on some other recall, but this is our first time getting this actual exercise in. So it doesn't need to be perfect. We just need to start laying down this understanding, and then we'll be building on top of it through our next reps that we do, our next sessions that we get these
Loba,
reps in.
Loba.
So let's see right here. Loba, come. Loba, Loba, come. Come on, come on, come on. Good girl. Sit. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Good girl. Okay, so let's try to get one more in. Okay, good girl.
Hi, Roba.
So again, also being very clear that I don't want her to leave me without going, I don't want her to leave me and go back without me giving her permission to go back, right? So it doesn't do you any good if you call your dog to you, they come and check on you or get the food and then just run away.
Right.
Okay, if you're trying to call them back, yeah, if like your dog's barking at the door, barking at the gate, you don't want them to just run to you and then say, okay, cool, I'm going back and barking.
Right.
Right, you need them to sit, right? So
Right.
that's why it is a 2-part command. She needs to come and sit down.
Right.
Right? Loba, come. Loba, come. Okay. Nope. So we're gonna use the leash. She's gonna come, sit. Even something bonus here that you can add in, grab their collar right here once they come and sit. Okay. So again, that way, if you're calling them to you and you want to either put their leash back on or whatever, maybe you're going to want to guide them away from the door and to go to their bed, you might have to grab that collar. So something that's classic for a husky, and even something that we had already worked through before when she came in, was reaching for her. She was one of those where, and again, it's classic for a husky, where they're like, nope, don't touch me, right? They kind of back away, they throw their head away. Loba, come. Loba, come. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Girl.
Good girl, sit. Okay, so we got that good one there. Okay, let's try for one more,
Hey, boy.
and then we're gonna end it. See if we can at least get 2 in a row here. Loba, come. Loba, come. Yeah, that's a good girl. Sit. Yes, a good girl. So I'm gonna go ahead and reward her a couple of with a couple here.
Good boy, Milo.
And just try to, good girl.
Boy, Milo.
Give her that good jackpot there. So she ends on a good note. Good girl. And then we'll be building on that during the next session.